Okay, so today we're going to continue working on this style right here, and also start working on this one here, this. So let's continue working on that one. And I have here Prussian Blue, Cadmium Yellow medium, and white. Take a round brush. This is Prussian Blue, and the reason I have Cadmium Red, Cadmium Yellow medium, just to add it to the Prussian, and I'll get green. So there's green and blue in here. This is just Prussian right now with nothing. Just clean my brush a bit. And then I'm going to add a thin layer, thin line right here. And another one here. Let's work on those. Can you see, or do you want me to zoom in? Is zoom? No. You're okay with that? You're okay? Right, let me know if you want me to zoom in. All right. Let's put some dots, and I think these dots are going to make a big difference. Oh. All right. Wow, dots everywhere. I don't know what's happening here, but I'm going to put blue. It's not there, but I'm going to put it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and another leaf here in blue. And then I can start adding a bit of yellow. Yellow to the blue, Prussian blue and yellow. And I'm going to take a bit of white, put it in.
That's very, very beautiful, eh?
Yeah, it's a very nice color.
No, the design of
Oh, yeah, it's very dainty.
The back.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Okay, and let's see, this is, no, I'll put a bit more of the white. I'm going to put a bit of more white. Because it dries darker, so it's gonna, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of a dot in green here. Another one here. It's not in there. And I'm gonna add 4 dots right there. All right. I'm going to pause for a minute and then we'll continue. So now for this here, I'm going to take same blue and add a little bit of, maybe not, just the same blue, but not as dark, a bit of white in it. A little bit of white, same Prussian blue and white. Oh dear, I'm just. Okay. Okay, good. Now, same for the two little ones here, but I'm going to add some yellow with these. So it's more like a kind of a bluish green. Same with those ones. Okay. Now I'm going to switch to red, any red, cadmium red light, cadmium red medium, whatever you have. I'm going to switch to that. I'll put a bit of red in here. I simplified a bit the design. Okay. Yellow ochre. I'm going to take a bit of the yellow and put it in the yellow ochre to make it a little bit brighter. And we're going to cover these two right there. We might need to go twice, 2 layers, because the pencil is bleeding. Okay. Wait for it to dry and then we'll put another layer. If you're looking for this, what I'm putting right now, it's not there. I'm just going to wait for these to dry and then I'll do another layer. I'm going to pause. All right, now I'm going to paint between the grooves here, between the tiles. So I'm going to paint the groove actually. I'm going to take blue, Prussian blue, and burnt umber. Mix them. That will give me almost like a black, beautiful black color. Really dark. And I'm going to come here, shape the groove. So I'm using a little bit of burnt umber and Prussian blue. I'm going to keep it very simple here and highlight the corner, the edge of this tile and the edge of this tile right here. So I'm going to use the same, but before I do this, let me see if this is completely dry. Yeah, and this one too. I'm going to take white, burnt umber, and make this into a glaze. So I'm going to put a bit of water in here. And try to put a bit of color in between this color, light brown, and it doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of a bit to give the tile a little bit of uneven color in here. That doesn't have to be everywhere. Okay. I'm going to do a bit here as well.
Aren't you losing those nice spots you had in them before?
Dots?
Yeah, the little spots that you had sprinkled here and there.
No, because I'm glazing.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going over it. Still there.
They're still there.
Yeah.
Can you put those on afterwards also?
Yeah. I will put them afterwards as well. Just add them here and there.
Did you do that, what you're doing now, to the other ones? Like to the one way over to the left?
This one, I did this. I did kind of similar, yes, to this one. Just for me to be able to see the edge. I'll show you right now. I'm going to add white with burnt umber. And I'm going to highlight this part here. Here. I'll highlight here. And I'm going to highlight this part. Now, there is a really strong dark color over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to soften this dark color right here by using, again, brown, burnt umber, a bit of white, and I'm going to make it into a glaze. So I'm adding more water in there. And I'm going to go over and soften this dark line in there. I'll tell you why. Because light, the actual color, sunny part is coming this way, hitting this way. So you see this highlight right there is not as dark. There will be a very dark line, but not as wide and big as before. So now I'm going to add a bit of a dark line, but thinner. So I will have a dark, thin line. I have a kind of a medium tone, brown, and then I have the highlight. Now I'm going to enhance the highlight a bit, more white. because it dries darker. Acrylic dries darker, so we always have to adjust. I'm going to get some white in here. White and burnt umber, but more white than burnt umber. There.
Are you going to put that really dark shadow layout on that tile?
The strong shadow?
Yeah.
Yes. Eventually, yes. Yes.
Mm.
This. Yes. Going to put more, a little bit more of that white, of the white in here. Highlight. When I say white, it's white and a bit of burnt umber in it, not just white. This is just water in here. I'm blending this harsh line, just blending it a bit there. Now I'm going to take some, where is it? Yeah, I'm going to take the dark color again and just go in here. This part of the tile has more stronger dark color, this part. All right. And this is, we're done with the tiles. Okay, so for the cup, what we're going to try to do now is mix for the darks, dark shadow area, titanium buff, ultramarine violet, burnt umber, and a touch of cerulean blue. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to start from here. It's going to dry really dark, which is fine. Handle is in the shadow area. And we will put the reflection on the handle of the light bouncing off of it. I'm going to go a little bit more in here. This is the side of the cup, not the saucer. That's the side of the cup. I usually don't like to do this. I like to put dark everywhere and then I highlight the areas where it's highlighted. But because there's a strong sun, I don't think we need to do this. We don't need to put dark everywhere. I will highlight this part eventually. So my paint is not very thick. It's more like a glaze for now. It's like a, you know, very soft. This is going to dry darker. So it's when it dries darker, it's going to dry harsher. And I will soften this with the highlight. I'm just trying to see which version I like better. I'm going to take a bit more of the titanium buff, put it in that mixture, the dark mixture, but I'm highlighting a bit more with the titanium buff at this point. And I'm going to go over it and soften. So the more I get to this part here, the lighter my color is. So more of the titanium buff. Now I'm going to go back to the darks. Stick a bit of blue in here. Cerulean blue. And let's put, I mean, we're good because we have rim that is dark, so that helps. Now I put just a bit of that dark in here, and now I'm going to go to with another brush, maybe a round one. Take titanium buff. I have to put over this a bit of more titanium buff eventually. So I'm going to go back to the darks that I'm using here. This is more of the ultramarine violet. This is a good start. Let's take burnt umber. Titanium buff, ultramarine violet, and eventually we're going to put a bit of more like a foam on top of this. So for now, let's put just a base. Or we can just keep it like this. Sula, your dog is not happy.
You know what? We're babysitting one of Irene's friend's dogs also.
Oh.
So 2 of them and a cat. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
This is me next week. In about 3 weeks. I'm gonna have two dogs and a cat.
Yeah, not fun. Oh my gosh.
That's all right.
It's okay. Her friend's dog's a little anxious, so he barks, then he gets the other one going. Fun stuff.
Yeah, that's all right. It's better than the dog being at somewhere,
Yeah.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, the cat is so funny though.
A little bit messy right now, but that's okay. We'll fix it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the one I'm looking at, the version I'm looking at, I'm using, actually, I should say, the darks is right here. Like this. Which it makes more sense.
Also, your dark shadow, I think, Lael, at the bottom that you have there, it's if the handle was lower.
Sorry?
You know the dark shadow that you have? It's like a curve just on the right side. Yeah, that one. I think it's there because the handle is lower in the one in the picture where we moved the handle.
No, actually, it's both have it. Don't ask me. I think that's the spoon.
That's the spoon.
Oh, I have a different version.
No, you have this. You have this.
Yeah.
Yes, but we moved. I moved it. I moved this.
Ah, so it's the spoon that's making the shadow.
Yeah, that's the spoon on this.
Oh.
On this one, it's the handle. Actually, no. Sorry. On this one, the handle's right there. Yes, the handles. Because I remember that because the sun was hitting from the left, morning sun, so it was on the handle right here, and the spoon is right there. It's weird. I mean, it looks weird because the spoon is doing that. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Because I have the other version running to me. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I thought the same, Sula.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, they have really good coffee in this hotel.
They do.
Really, yeah. Good coffee.
Yeah.
This is some bit of brown and titanium. No, sorry, brown and titanium buff. Yes, titanium buff, ultramarine violet, and brown. And all of this is going to be eventually softened because this is really harsh right now. And this is acrylics, so there's nothing we can do. Acrylics are like this. They do dry harsher. So we will soften all this eventually. It's all about values, light and dark and different shades. Actually, this is darker. All right. I mean, honestly, from here to here, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4 values. They're so subtle, but they're there. Okay, we're going to leave it at that for now. But once we start working on the light part, I think what I'm going to do is, if you're wondering, is maybe touch of Naples yellow with titanium buff and white. So next time when we start highlighting and adding more light to this, actually we could put it right now maybe. A little bit of Naples yellow because it's a soft yellow and a bit of white. It's actually a great color for the light part. Let's put a tiny bit of ultramarine violet in it because it's too light. Yeah, definitely ultramarine violet in there. It's flat if I don't put ultramarine violet because then I cannot highlight. This cup is not flat everywhere. There are areas where it turns up, and for me to be able to do that, I need to darken a bit the bottom part, this part, and then highlight this part. And you can see it if you look at the reference, you can see that this part here is a bit highlighted more than this part. So for the first first initial layer for this part, we're going to use, I'm using titanium buff, a little bit of Naples yellow, and a bit of ultramarine violet. And then this combination will allow me to play around with the highlights later on. This is when I wish I'm using oil.
Mm-hmm.
All right, for this part here, I think I'm going to use not gold, or I have gold ochre, but just raw sienna will do. No. No, actually, let me see. No, that's too light. Too red. Okay, so I'm mixing a bit of burnt sienna with yellow ochre that I have right here. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just mixing them together. More of the yellow ochre. And then I'm going to put it here. Next week we'll clean up and start working on putting the next highlights and detail. Okay. Next week we will refine all of the detail in that highlights and darks and everything. We'll do another layer, and the more layers we put, the nicer it will look. Okay, this is the stage where we're at. Next week, we'll start refining the coffee cup, and we'll continue working on the rest of the, the spoon and the highlights.